Hello people and welcome back to MBTI and Anagram Connections. My name is Toby and it has been a long while since I last made a video, which I'm sorry about, but again, as I've told you, I make videos when I can and I have studies on the side and yalla yalla, you know the story. That's not what I'm going to talk about today. I'm hoping next weekend I'll return to my series about the different MBTI types and their Enneagram types. But today I'm going to talk about something a little bit different, which is how you can use your cognitive functions to integrate in the process of integration. And I am having the Enneagram here next to me. Might look over that just to simply remember which type integrates into what. I haven't learned that by heart yet, I will admit. Anyway, what I'm going to share with you today is a theory that I have. It's not something I've gotten confirmed from any specific sources, but it seems to make sense to me. Every Enneagram type, as I have discussed in my series, is prone to have a majority of certain MBTI types, which means that every different Enneagram types is prone to have a majority of different cognitive functions. And what my theory is that if you can pinpoint the type I'm integrating into have this cognitive function different from me, and if you can work on that cognitive function, then you can achieve a much faster integration. For example, if we look at 5, the seeker, the researcher, investigator, the intellectual, you know them, they're no surprise, the vast majority of 5s is thinkers. Now, 5 integrate into 7, the enthusiast. They like experiences, they like to have their needs fulfilled, they like to feel good. A majority of 7s is feelers. So if you're a 5 and you're planning to integrate into a 7, it might be helpful for you to work on your feeling and your feeling cognitive functions, whether that be introverted or extroverted feeling. And my best advice here is look at your function stack and work on whichever feeling type is your inferior function. That's what it's called. I have discussed inferior functions in another video, but basically if you use introverted thinking, then extroverted feeling would be your inferior function and vice versa. And I think that would really benefit a 5 in their integration to work on that. Likewise, me as a 9, I integrate into a 3. 9 is primarily a perceiver group. We're seldom very organized people. We're seldom very planning or very goal-oriented or very organized. While a 3 is the achiever. They love to make plans. They love goals. They love to be goal-oriented, and thus they are overwhelmingly a judging bunch. So it might be good for us to work towards that, and that can be tricky because as a judger, there is no introverted or extroverted judging. There is no cognitive functions called judging. So what's interesting with judgers are their judging functions, feeling or thinking, is extroverted. So if you are a 9, it will be helpful for you to work on your extroverted judging functions, which is extroverted thinking or extroverted feeling. If you're a feeler, work on your extroverted thinking. If you're a thinker, work on your extroverted feeling. Because that'll be your inferior function. And generally, it just makes sense that integration, which is about being a more wholesome person and being a more rounded kind of person who's better at the things we used to be bad at, that working on your inferior function would help that just makes a lot of sense to me. So I kind of had an epiphany about that, and I needed to share that. But I think I've done that now. So look at your function stack, look at your area of integration, and start working on it. That's all I have to say about that. And thank you for listening. I think that's all I had for today. I'll hopefully return next weekend. Until then, remember, be yourself, everybody else is taken.